or did he call you, or how'd that work out?
But what, me staying in San Luis?
Yes. When they told you that they were going to go younger.
Yeah, I think I was like throughout last season, I was hearing the direction of the team, where they wanted to go, and I said I was going to be a part of this. The first thing that I said to them when I signed here is that by the time that I leave the team, I want to see the team better than what I found, and that was my main reason. Second reason was because it was going to be easier for me to request a trade and let everything behind, but because I love these guys, I love the team, I love my teammates, I need to stick with them. And that was one thing that I told Nudbar at the end last year. I'm not going nowhere because it's too easy for me to ask for to request a trade and be a coward and let everything behind. But I like challenges, and I love the team. I love the guys.
So how did the conversations go to move you to first base? I mean, what do you like about playing it so far? I know Ollie said that he'd been working with Stubby and Jose Oquendo out in Florida.
Well, it's a little different over there, but I knew the opportunity was going to come this year, reading what the move was going to be. I told Pedro, don't be surprised you're going to play first base next year. And he laughed at me. He was like, he acted like, oh, it's crazy, but it happened. And I was okay with that. I think looking back throughout my career, and part of my career never being healthy at all, and I was looking to stay healthy and help the team in any way I can. So when they presented me the opportunity to play first base, I thought about it. I hesitated a little bit, but then I said no, because if I move to first base, I open the opportunity to create a better roster and have more depth to it. And we need Ivan bats and we need Baez defense. And I think we're gonna have a better and complete change of the lineup.
Do you think the move to first base will also, I mean, obviously, hopefully you'll stay healthy, but will it help you offensively, do you think?
We don't know yet. I think we have to wait for season to start. And, we don't know what's going to happen, but the only thing that I can control is just the way I work. My work ethic doesn't going to change, and the only thing that I can control is show up every day and play my 100%. So hopefully go for the best, because that's what we all hoping for. But I'm not hesitating or doubting myself to play first base. And in my offense, I never doubt my offense.
Hey Willson, can you describe how manager Oliver Marmol was part of keeping you here, and why you wanted to stay and play for him?
Well, when I said last year, I had a lot of doubts in my mind that I was going to stay here for sure. Because basically I call out the front office, but then the first call when he called me and said, we don't want to trade you. We love you here. We want you to stay here. I was like, oh, yes. But it was kind of easy. I think Oliver does do a great job communicating with the guys and letting the guys know what's going to happen and what's the next step. And I think it was really good call and smooth call, and that's what I can say about that.
Willson, what is it about the situation here that makes you want to be a part of it? I mean, like, even it's only been a couple of years and it's looking different, like the way they're approaching it now than when you got here, but for some reason it seems like you still want to be a part of it, even though things are different than when you got here. And it's not like you've been here your whole career. So
yeah, I think it's because I love challenges, and when I signed here, we were supposed to win, and I know that a lot of people are doubting us as a team and are doubting the Cardinals, and that's one thing that I hate for sure. But I also love the fire the fans are bringing, because they're paying to see us win. So my main reason was because I know this team is going to be able to turn around and go deep into October. And second of all, it's just the fans and my teammates. I cannot be somewhere else.
Willson,
You've kind of gone through just going to first base. Have you talked to anybody, leaned on anybody, whether it's old teammates, whoever, guys who played over there maybe, who can kind of help you through that a little bit?
Not really. I think I've been working with Stubby Clapping, Joe Cannon, and picking up their brains and asking as many questions as I can. I think the transition it's not going to be too difficult, but I don't want to say it's going to be easy for me because it's a new position for sure, and when the game started, everything changed. But I think I'm a good athlete, and I think I'm going to be a good first baseman.
Do you still order catcher's gear though?
For sure.
Wilson, when it comes to that catching group, I mean, how much of an influence do you feel like you can still have, with the Bond and Pedro and the guys that'll be back there?
Not sure. I mean, I'm gonna try to be the best team as I can. I'm gonna try to be the best leader I can, and the best team as I can. I think if I say something else, something that's off, I'll probably let them know. But I don't want to step in somebody's toes because now I'm playing first base. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm stepping on somebody's toes. So gotta be careful with that, especially when I'm not behind the plate as I used to. But I'm pretty sure if I come up with something that I see to Pedro or Ivan, they're gonna be open to this.
Wilson, you mentioned it earlier. At the end of the season, you were pretty clear about you thought some things needed to change, or you thought front office need to do some things. What have you thought about what's taking place this offseason and talking about a reset in a different direction and new people coming in?
Not really. I know that they're bringing a lot of people back, a lot of people in, a lot of coaches, a lot of coordinators. I think helping to restructure the minor league system. I think is really fundamental for a team that is looking to win or reach the World Series. Because if you look at the most of the team that reach the World Series, they have a really good depth and they have really good ground talent. How do you say that? Homegrown talent. And I think the Salud's Cardinals are looking forward to do that. And I'm happy that they're restructuring the minor league system because it was bad. Being honest. But now, I mean, I said what I said last year, and that's what I can do. I mean, I can't control what they do or what they're going to do. But the only thing I can control is what I see, what I say, and how I play.
Marcelo, you've won a World Series before. You've been in different positions throughout your career, peaks and valleys. Why are you excited about this time around and having guys being able to look up to you in ways that you wanted to stay here and you vocalized that?
Yeah, when I got to the big leagues, there was a lot of veterans and a lot of young talent. And I think this year it's going to be kind of similar, where there's a lot of veterans and way more young talent. And when people start doubting me or doubting the team, is what I hate. And it's a challenge for me to stay here and prove people wrong. Prove people that we're going to be able to turn it around. We're going to be able to reach back to the tour and win a World Series.
What excites you about the young talent and the teammates that you have that are part of that younger group that you think those guys are going to be part of proving people wrong this year?
Yeah, I think that for sure they have the energy and they're willing to listen, they're willing to learn. But the thing that I like the most is how they approach their off-season and the adjustment that they're making. The only thing that I would say that we need to have as a team is the right mindset to go day by day. I think when you have the right mindset and you're an athletic player, you're gonna have a good career in the big leagues, but also you're gonna help your teammates around, because once they're looking at you and they don't have any doubt about you playing baseball, you're gonna help the whole team. So I think everything about these young guys, I love it.
And you've been here a couple of years now, going into your third year. How confident and comfortable now do you feel in this clubhouse to be one of those guys that can kind of help set that tone, not only leading by example, but being able to talk with guys too?
Oh yeah, I think this year is, I felt good last year. This year is going to be, I think it's going to be better, just because I have more time to spend with the guys and to spend with the position players and get to know them a little better. But since last year, I've been doing a great job communicating with them and letting them know what I see and how can we do better. And I think if you ask around who the guy that talks to them the most, I think it's gonna be me. I'm not sure yet, but you can ask that.
Wilson, you got a ton of friends in this game. You see them when they come to the plate and give you hugs and stuff. What has been the reaction from those guys when they found out you were moving to first? What did your brother say as a catcher?
I think everybody loves the moves, to be honest. My brother told me you cannot be mean anymore because you play first base. You need to say hi to everybody. But no, I think everybody embraces it differently. And my brother was happy for me just to be first base. He told me that I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore because he told me I wasn't thinking this way. He told me you were out of 9 years at the big leagues, you was a top 5, 7 years. So there's nothing that I need to prove to people, but it make a little impact when you've been catching for 12 years and now you move into first base. But also, like I said, I love challenges, and I think I'm a good athlete, and I might be a good first baseman.
Wilson, you've kind of been through this before. You were in Chicago, they let Riz and KB and Javi and all let them go, and you as well. When you go through that, you kind of saw how that worked out in that clubhouse and what that looked like. What do you take away from that you can apply to this, that you can learn from that and say, you know what, this happened, we're not going to do this?
Man, I think it's just the way we stuck together back in 2016. I think there was nothing better than the whole team sticking together when we win and lose. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to do this year. I learned a lot from the guys back in 2016 when I was just a rookie. But just seeing the way they work, the way they act, and the way they care about the game, it was different. But like I said, this team, like these guys here, they care about the game and they love the game. They love playing every day. But they're gonna listen. They're gonna, when I speak to them and talk to them, I think I'm gonna be more specific on mindset and not having doubts about yourself, because once you start having doubts about yourself, that's when the struggle comes and everything else. But I think as a whole team, if we have the right mindset to day in, day out, we're gonna have a really good season. And I'm excited. People might think that we don't have enough talent to get to reach to October, but we'll see what happens this year.